Hi everyone, thanks for watching my ultimate scientifically tested gooey chocolate brownies video. So here's the ingredients you'll need, and the first thing you need to do is melt the butter and dark chocolate together and then let it cool back down to room temperature. I use a microwave on half power to do that, or you can use a bain-marie. So the first thing we're going to do is whisk our sugar and eggs together for about 6 minutes. And what that will give us is almost like a very loose meringue type mixture. The point of doing that is that it captures lots of air and it will help our brownie rise and give us a really great texture after it's baked. So there's no rising agent in this recipe at all other than the air that we're going to put in naturally by going through this process. I've also added some vanilla paste because I think it enhances the flavour. And don't be shy, add a good pinch of salt. These brownies really benefit from that, as most chocolate recipes do. So why are these brownies scientifically tested? Well, I realised a few years ago that most baking and cookery in general, temperatures are really useful. So if you know what temperature things are ready at, it takes the guesswork out. If you watch my egg custard video, one of the things that I show you in that is that once the custard hits about 75 degrees, it will set perfectly and be the absolute best texture it can be. Well, these brownies are very similar, and later on, to make sure that we get the right level of gooeyness, we're going to check the temperature while they're in the oven, and it takes the guesswork out. But don't worry, if you don't have a temperature probe, I'll show you how to get them there or thereabouts anyway. So there you go. So I've whisked the eggs for 6 minutes with the sugar, and you can see it's gone very pale and almost like a meringue. Now here's our cooled chocolate and butter mixture. I'm just going to basically throw it in there, but what we want to do now is I've got rid of the mixer and we're going to basically fold all the ingredients in gently. What we don't want to do is lose all of that air that we've just spent time getting in. So folding is literally work your way around and keep pulling the mixture up from the bottom and just try and be gentle, and it should take no more than a minute or two to get this mixture just right. So you want it so the chocolate is just mottled through the egg and sugar mixture. Okay, so now we're going to add our flour and cocoa. Make sure you sieve it in. So basically fold in the flour and cocoa gently again, and then finally we've got our chocolate chips. I'm using milk chocolate chips here. You can use pretty much anything you like. White chocolate chips also go really well with this, as do dark ones. So there's our mixture. It's still got lots of air in there, and here now is a prepared 20 by 30 centimetre baking tin with a loose bottom so you can push the bake out later on. I've lined it with non-stick baking parchment, which is really important, and I'm also holding it in place with paper clips. If you check out my Bakewell tart video, you will see in more detail how to prepare a tin like this. So all I've done is very gently put the mixture in there and just gently pushed it out into the corners. Don't handle it too much. And now it can go into our oven. The oven's been on for an hour and it's set at 160C fan. And I'm just going to pop the brownie into the centre. Now this brownie will take about 30 minutes to bake, but what I do initially is I set it for about 20 minutes and it just gives me a little reminder that it's nearly ready and I can check it. Okay, so there's 20 minutes gone by. You can see that it's risen, and the only thing that's made it rise is the air that the eggs captured. Now, I'm just giving it a little tap there and it's still wobbling too much in the centre, and that means it's too runny still. I think there's a very fine line between a gooey brownie and a raw brownie, and we definitely don't want it to be raw. It needs to be cooked, but still chewy and moist. So after about another 5 to 10 minutes, keep checking it every 5 minutes or so. And here you'll see I'm going to use my temperature probe. So I'm just going to pull the brownie out. It feels firmer now and you can see it stopped wobbling. And if I put the temperature probe in, I'm looking for around 85 to 90 degrees C. And that will give you the right level of gooiness in that brownie. So that temperature means that it's set just enough, but not set too much. Now all you need to do is let the brownie completely cool in the tin. Because we used a meringue-like mixture, it will settle. Another trick you can do there, I'm just showing you that the brownie has pulled away slightly from the edges as well. So you can see here it's completely cooled. It's sunk a little bit, which is fine, but it's still got lots of air in and it will be very fluffy. So all I do here, it's important to lift the brownie up on its side gently using the base of the tin and peel the paper off in one go. And then use the base of the tin just to ease it back down onto your worktop. This will make getting the slices out much easier. So I'm going to cut it into 3 vertically and then cut it every 5 centimeters horizontally. And if you look at the knife here, you can see it's really nice and gooey. What I do as well is every time I've made a cut, I just wipe the knife down just to keep it looking clean and tidy. So here you go. If I pull a slice out, you'll be able to see it's really moist, it's really gooey, but it isn't raw. And we prove that by taking its temperature. So there you go. I hope you've enjoyed this video and please do give this a go. Feel free to give me some feedback and comments, and I'd love it if you subscribed as well. Thanks, bye.